I don't know.
Technology is, well, that's Mercury retrograde. It really hasn't been our friend this week, has it?
Oh, this meeting is being live streamed.
There it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and make sure I'm seeing it and how that's working. And then maybe I can, hello? Okay. Do you have your phone going? Oh, this is too cool. Okay.
All right.
Well, let me get on there too, and we'll just check. And we're there. So I'm turning my volume off so we don't have interference.
Same.
Okay. So it's working.
Yeah.
All right. So hi guys. How is everybody? I don't think there's anybody on here yet, but when you get here, hi.
Yeah.
I'm such a dork.
I love you. So how did everybody survive the holidays? Did you set good boundaries? Did you stick to them?
Ooh, I can
Did
see
you
comments.
find peace and tranquility? That is a question, right?
Sunny's on here and Cindy. Hi guys. They said hello, love.
Hello, love.
Cool. So I don't know how much of a delay there is. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
There is a bit of a lag. There is a little, yes.
Okay. Well, so as we're getting, yeah, so as she said, how are the holidays, everyone? Did they go okay? Are you doing okay now? We might just have to, with the delay here. Well, I guess for tonight, and you guys can reply after. So for any time, I mean, if you get on this and you're catching the replay, you can always reply. We'd love to see how you guys are doing and know how things are going. We really wanted to, collective is full of madness. It's been a year. Yes.
Yes, Sunny, you are correct. But you also know how to disconnect yourself from said collective. So you don't have to take on all those energies. And if you feel like you do, Pumpkin, that's probably a dig that you need to do, or at least look at, to release yourself from that obligation.
Good job, Sunny. Setting boundaries, sticking to them, slowing down.
Slowing them down. Good girl.
Oh, and I'm glad your holidays were lovely, Cindy.
Yes.
So actually, the craziness is part of why we wanted to do this. So we've been feeling the call and we wanted this just to be really fun. Like this is totally unscripted, us just having a fun time with you guys. Like I'm actually having a cup of, well, it's almost gone, cup of coffee because I'm just finishing up my day here. I'm
hydrating.
Right. And the energy's been wild for me personally. Like, oh, Mo can attest to this because I've been talking to her. I feel as if I'm jumping timelines. Like I'm constantly kicking out beliefs. And then it's like, do I need to dig on that? Nope. You're just processing through. And I almost feel like I'm in a washing machine and everything's being tumbled out. So setting boundaries. It's a good message, Sunny, setting boundaries. That's how I felt anyways.
Right. And I'm right there with you. It's, I mean, shoot, yesterday it was like, what do you mean it's only Wednesday? Because it feels like we should already almost be into next week because everything has been almost a chaos energy, just everything going on, and like you feeling like I'm in the spin cycle getting ready to get yeeted out of the washer because everything's just flipping and changing. And it's like something comes up, I do the healing, I release it, I let it go, and then I shift. And it's like, whoa. And I shifted and hopped timelines this week myself, and it's kind of been a wild ride, I'm not gonna lie. It's been an amazing one. It's been good, it's been fun, but there's been times I was like, whoa, like that just happened. There's
been a lot of that just happening. Absolutely. Yep. Oh, and hi, Jennifer. Yep.
Hi, Jennifer.
And other people feeling the chaos too. Yeah, it's been a little bit interesting. And sometimes I can buffer the energies, and sometimes I take deep breath and I center and I set boundaries and I disconnect and I do all those things. And we're shifting. There's shifting happening, and our higher self is helping us, and we're being guided and flowing.
Absolutely. Hi, Joanna. And yes, I mean, there is a lot of chaos right now, just globally in general. And we're not going to get into the political end of it, but it does affect our life in some way, right? So, and there's that shifting and changing constantly as well. So, for me personally, I tend to disconnect from the collective energy, so that I can still be aware of what's going on, but I'm not overwhelmed by it. But this week, it's been a challenge to kind of buffer and keep that at a distance from me this week. I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's just because I've been shifting and changing so much that I haven't put as much energy, I guess, towards that. I've put more energy focusing on myself to do what I've needed to do this week so that I could shift and grow and change in that area. So it's quite interesting.
It has been. I mean, I've been like, there was a moment this week, and this has actually happened a couple of times where it was shifting so fast that the whole world actually felt like it tipped and my body tipped with it. And I was like, whoa, that was a physical representation of the shifting happening internally.
Yes.
And I actually had to check the news. I'm like, did something just happen that my whole body vibrated and shook? What is going on?
No, I totally get it. I was driving on Monday and I had my youngest son who's in college with me in the car, and he's not feeling super awesome. He's just got a cold or whatever. But no, he doesn't have the vid, he just has the cold. But he was in the car with me and I was driving. And granted, I was in Uptown Butte, but I was driving and I turned a corner onto the street I needed to go 2 blocks. And as I was driving, the weirdest sensation came over me. And I don't use, for those that don't know me, there are certain words that psychic mediums just tend not to use. Weird, strange, bizarre, creepy, scary. That's just our everyday life, right? So we tend to not use those words. I mean, honestly. So when we do, people tend to take a little more notice. Okay, it was weird. That's where I'm parking that. I don't know how else to describe it. But I'm driving and I get about a half a block, and I saw everything around me in pure energy form. So everything wavered and it shifted and it came back, and I was like, ugh. It was like being on a really gross roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you get to the top and it drops and your stomach like comes up and then goes back down. That's what it felt like, only sideways. And at that point, I was really grateful nobody was behind me or coming towards me, because I'm pretty sure I almost stopped in the middle of the road, because I was like, oh, and I looked at my son, I said, did you feel that? He looks at me and he goes, no. And I'm like,
no,
because he's also one that'll be like, no, because if I don't acknowledge it, it didn't happen.
Yep.
And then I'm like, no, but seriously, did you feel that? And he goes, no. And I was like, oh, I almost pulled over and let him drive, because I was like, whoa, that happened. So I was like, all right. And then I was really discombobulated. Like my whole perception, I had no clue where I was. I'm like, I'm on the right street, right? He goes, Mom, we're going right there. And I'm like, I should be able to see the sign of where we were going. And I couldn't, because it wasn't there. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And he's like, Mom, we're on the right street. And I was like, okay, but it felt surreal. Like it didn't feel real. And so I was like, well, I guess we'll see what happens on the way back. And so we got there, everything was fine, came back and everything was fine. But I was like, whoa, that happened.
That happened.
Yeah. That happened.
It's been wild. And, I tapped into Mother Earth Gaia this morning, actually. And she was just the energy that waved through, the amount of energy that's being transmuted right now. And she said, for those of us, and a lot of you are doing this and don't know you're doing it. In fact, this is coming through more and more. So you may be transmuting the energy yourself and just not know you're doing it. And there's so much shifting happening internally, externally, spiritually, emotionally, in our mind and all these different aspects. And she said, you need to really anchor into the center. You need to anchor into the highest timeline. So I just keep on downloading and anchoring, and you can perceive yourself doing that through just taking your energy down and making sure go all the way into the center and anchoring into the center, into the highest expression of divine in that point through our body, so that we're connected in our body to that point. But it's been wild. Some of the high sense perception episodes I've been having are like, oh yeah, not like, I didn't have one like yours. I mean, the whole thing was shifting. I didn't quite have it like that this time, but whoa, yeah.
Right. And by the time I got home, I was like, this feels weird. Like I don't even know how to really describe it.
I feel different. Yeah, it's like it's just different.
And I got in my house and I sat down and I was like, it's all my stuff. It's my house. It didn't feel right.
It's like different. So are you guys experiencing that? Are you guys getting that? I'm super curious if anybody else besides us is doing that. Where it almost looks like
Monica said, me too. So crazy. Glad you guys are talking about this. I'm telling you. And this is why we're doing it, ladies. Sunny said she's been having them too, physically sick and anxiety.
Laying down. Well, yeah. Mother Earth is saying, and Creator, and of course they're connected. It's not like they're separate, but is saying really ground in too. So take that cord and anchor to the center. Make sure you're anchoring to the center. Your physicality right now needs, oh, wow, she's coming. Oh,
yeah, she's coming in hard.
Oh, she's like, you have got, yeesh, okay, you got to anchor into the center. Let her help support you in this. Let the divinity that runs through you above and below to really anchor you, because we are in physical bodies. We are spiritual beings in a physical body and having this experience. And we're right now, especially, anchor in, but don't just ground. Just don't ground down just to those first layers, because she's transmuting that energy. And if you do that, your belief systems are going to attach to it if there's anything in there. So go deeper. Go deep. Deep to the center. Oh, wow.
And however the center may look for you. I know sometimes it's generally a cavern for me. That's typically where I find and meet with my spirit animals. But
I love that.
That's where Mother Earth meets me, right, Gaia? And so for me, it's a cavern, but the actual center is deeper within that cavern, and it's a big, huge crystal for me. And that's what it looks like to me. It's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah, I see a golden ball. I get like a golden crystal that's emitting light as opposed to the cavern, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you.
Do the deep dive. That's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. So however that may look, there's a lot of stuff at work right now. I know I have goosebumps. I put my sweater back on because they are huge. I can feel my hair grow, ladies and gentlemen. That's where I'm at. So
I'm hearing we need to actually set a sacred space. Can we do that, Mo? I mean, we weren't expecting this to be very long. We're actually just planning on pulling a card and maybe a message or whatever, but or whatever flowed. But I'm hearing we got to set some sacred space. Oof.
Perfect.
Oh, well, and I'm apparently divine above, divine below, wants to be here and is here, always present. But it's interesting, Mother Earth, the spirit of Mother Earth is sending a ring of just pure unconditional love and honoring, like she's saying, and honoring for all here and in the future. Do you want to say a quick prayer to set sacred space, Mo?
Sure.
With that?
Sure.
Calling in the angels and
we're just going to ask, command and request that through our divine connection, as above, so below, with Mother Earth and the Creator, the universe, the spirit, whatever your higher power belief is, it is commanded, requested, and simply asked that our angels, ancestors, and guides, and any and all other love and light beings that would like to be here to assist and guide and give messages today, it is requested that they be here, and that everyone, wherever they may be, that their space be cleaned and cleared in the normal fashion, releasing negative energy, negative feelings, negative emotions, any and all things that no longer serve you in your greatest and highest good, that they all be released into the light to be healed with love and light, and that everyone's space, wherever you may be, if you're in a room, let's do the whole house, that it be filled with love, light, healing energy, and unconditional love, and set a sacred space. Just say yes. Yes, create that.
Yes.
We're also gonna thank you. We're also gonna command that any and all of the chaos energy that you may have attached to, dove into, or that has tried to wrap around you, also be released into the light. And all those places, spaces, and voids be filled with love, light, healing energy, and unconditional love. Just say yes, create it now.
Yes. Oh, and I'm hearing here, if it's okay, that we need to release anywhere that any part of you or any space, time, dimension, or reality is connected into the fear matrix. Not that there isn't appropriate fear, but just bringing you into your sovereignty and disconnecting you from the fear matrix, connecting you back into your whole self-being, divine light, spirit self.
Yes.
Just say yes to receive. Okay, create that now.
And I'm going to give you a download before we start, that you know what it looks like, means, and feels like, and it's absolutely possible for you to be filled with grace, mercy, peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding, compassion. And you know what it looks like, means, and feels like to have self-love, self-care, self-acceptance, and you know how to rest. Just say yes.
Yes.
Create it now.
Oh, and that you allow balance into your life.
Yes.
That you're allowed to have balance and be balanced within the physical body, the spiritual, the mental, and the emotional. Just say yes to receive.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, thank you. You do that so beautifully. Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I needed that. Okay.
We all needed that. And this will go for all the people that watch it much later. Just say yes. It's energy. It is waiting there for you.
It is quantum. It reaches through all space, time, dimension, and reality, and languages. Oh, the other thing, Mother Earth just came through with a message too. It's interesting. She wants you to know that any way you feel like you need to find your sense of balance, or if you're having anxiety or any symptoms, any way that you feel like is right, flow with it. So like she gave the advice of coming through and grounding, and I know that to be true, but if you're feeling like you need to lay down, honor it. If you're feeling like water is the path, honor it. If you're feeling like, ooh, I know it's cold out right now, I'm going barefoot outside, it's not real nice right now, but if you're feeling like you need to go touch a tree and it's accessible to you, honor it. If you need prayer, if you need to connect in, if you need to, whatever it is, she says, honor that system that sits within you that knows the direction to go in. You hold that in you because each and every one of you are divine. So, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So we thought we would have a little fun tonight. I'm at home, obviously. Sarah's at her office in Helena, so she's gonna pull cards, and then we're gonna channel messages that go with said cards.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull from the sacred Alana Fairchild, and I think to honor whoever wrote the cards, it's important I put this up. It's a Sacred Rebels card, and I really love this because I just love this book. It's one of my favorite, these cards. So I've aligned them already to the collective, to you guys, to what's most needed in the highest expression through creator energy. So it's the highest truth. Okay.
Monica, you're welcome. She says, thank you. Sunny says, goosebumps, lady. Holy divine power. She says, thank you. Kathy is here. Hello, Kathy. Yeah. It's going to be
Well,
fun.
and here's the thing, it's the more people. So the thing is the energy, studying sacred space, the energy knows you guys are on, and the energy, your energy adds to the holy divine goosebumps.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I guess that one's it. Okay, that one's it. Okay, so, oh, I've got to pull more, but I guess I'm going to read this one first. I just heard. It's an interesting card. 8, 9, it's 38. So an 11.
Ooh, which is a master teacher, which flips to a 2 for duality when it needs to rest.
So it's interesting. Sometimes pictures are interesting things, right? But it says restore and replenish. And it's showing somebody in a field surrounded by, oh, wow, surrounded by all these like seashells. That's an interesting picture. And really sinking in. So that tells me it's water, it's earth, it's taking the time and the space to just restore ourselves and replenish. So apparently the message is right now, it's time, maybe as we're doing all the shifting, to give ourselves time to rest and restore and replenish.
Hence the download. There's a confirmation validation. You can't make that up. I love it. But
You can't.
I heard the elements, because it really is about dialing into the elements. And of course, some of us, oh yeah, I'm digging. Some of us have been elementals. They are a thing. Some people work with the elementals, and like Sarah said earlier, it's about doing the things that you feel led to. Water is a conductor, right? If you want to really like your meditation, go soak in the tub while you're meditating. It'll come through pretty strong.
Yeah. Ooh,
Here.
this is also saying transition. Oh, sorry, Mo.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, this
Go
is
ahead.
also saying transition. This is the space in between transitions. Sometimes we get so ordered within our structure of what we're supposed to be doing. We don't honor our need at just what we were talking about. We're shifting, we're transitioning, our whole energy body is shifting. So if you're feeling that, and if you're experiencing that and you're releasing things, there is a space for allowance. And sometimes it's okay to not do things exactly in the order they're meant to be done in. Like, give yourself space. All will be well. And I'm just hearing, in transformation, there's a period of time in which you go inward and then you come outward. So give yourself space for that.
Absolutely.
Whew.
Think of the butterfly, right? Of course, we're not going to liquefy to be remade and reborn, but at times that's what it feels like, especially when you're doing a lot of shifting and a lot of that transformation occurs. And right now, well, and I've been getting the message for many months that this was going to be the year that a lot of things were going to be revealed. I kept hearing all things hidden shall be revealed. And so that is not just, that's not just on a global scale, not to get into the politics, but that's really about our own transformational healing journey. The things that have been hidden deep within are coming to the surface to be triggered so that they can be released, healed, and let go of, so that we can then move forward in our journey, right? That's a lot of what's been going on with you and I, Sarah, this week. It's been pretty amazing, right?
Your story.
And so for me, that's what I took that message of, all things hidden shall be revealed. I took it on the global scale. Yeah, probably. But on the personal level, whoa. And that has been totally true in the last 2 weeks.
That's our axis of control anyways, is on the personal level. Absolutely. That is where, you know, when things get overwhelming out there, to bring it back to center, because we are quantum beings. We're energetic. We're connected into everybody. So if we can move into peace and alignment and love and that experience, it is going to be reflected out in the collective. So this is our point of control right here. And then of course, some of us do have purposes that flow out there. And we have, you know, the possibility that exists there. It's interesting because I'm also hearing sometimes we fight against the tide. And the more we fight against the change that's happening, the harder it is sometimes. And that's when it really knocks us over. Sometimes there's a place for just allowing us to feel what we feel and know we'll be okay on the other side. Although if you need help and support, go get it. But, and you're worthy of that.
Right.
Because sometimes there's a place for help, but there is a place for just, I mean, I've had so many things come up this week. I've had to be like, okay, what am I experiencing? What is that? Honor it for that moment. And then as soon as I did, it was like a bubble that burst. Boom. It's like, is that it? That's all I had to do is I had to acknowledge it. I had to honor it. I had to feel it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes it is just that awareness of going, wow, I didn't see that coming, or I didn't realize that, or who knew? And then as soon as you have it, it's gone. Oof. And that's okay. Not everything is a dig. Sometimes it's just a release, and we release when we come into the awareness. Acknowledge
there it is. Interesting. Okay. That one was hard coming out. It was like, we're going to just turn a little bit. So it's a 29. I have a big message for this one. Seeing the true you. You see that card, Mo?
Kind of, there's a reflection. Can you hold it up?
Oh, I wonder how I can change that.
So
she's
right
like
there.
looking in the water again.
Yes, she is.
Yep, and look at all those lily pads around her, and it's an 11 again. Do you think it's any accident? It's an 11 again?
Right. So for those that don't know numerology, an 11 is a master teacher. Teacher, healer. I always get those messed up. I think it's teacher.
Healer and intuitive. I think it's the master. I think it's all three actually, because it morphs into the teacher, but I think it's the healer.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. So, when the 11 needs rest, because we all do at times, when you need to recharge your batteries, you flip into the 2, which is all about duality. And I call it the mom energy, really. I call it the mom energy, because it's not leading the charge. And it is the divine feminine energy in the yin and the yang as well. It's
the master psychic. That's what it said.
Yeah.
So it's our intuitive stuff.
Right. It's that I call it the mom energy, because you are getting stuff done and you are taking charge, but it's more on the backside. Yeah. And it allows that creativity to flow, and it allows you to be in a space of not having to be in charge and take charge and lead the way and do all the things, but it's doing it with a softer hand, if you will. It's about doing things more behind the scenes and more of a supportive, loving, kind, caring, compassionate role of having. That's what a mom does, right? Hi, Miss Uchi. It's more, and Jenna's here too. It's more about having the awareness of things that need to be done and taking the time to do it, but not like charging through like a bull in a china shop. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I had to confirm. I had to look up an 11. The 11 is the master psychic. So yeah. And what I love about that card, I got several messages right away. The first one is, which really in a lot of ways piggybacks on the one that we just did, right? We are the ripple, right? Everybody talks about the ripple effect. When we go within and we do our own healing, what does that do? It ripples out to our friends, family, and loved ones, right? You want change, be the change that you want to see, right? And so what's she doing? Just by putting her hand in the water, it creates that ripple effect from her finger out, right? And sometimes the smallest ripple makes the biggest wave, because you can amazingly impact not only yourself and your life, your environment, but the people around you. When I heal and work on myself, I see the change in my kids. And they're young adults, but it doesn't matter. They're still affected. And, I've done some pretty big, deep dig dives, and I know Sarah and everybody has, and I've done some, never said a word to my kids, but my daughter's like, "Are you okay, Mom?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, you feel different. I'm in a good space, right? So people notice.
The other thing I got from that picture is she's actually in a really good space. I keep hearing the word like tranquility.
Mm.
And I feel like, Sunny, that's for you, love. I felt like I kept seeing your face, but it's about finding that space and place, and allowing is the big thing, especially for women, because we're moms, we're daughters, we're partners, we're wives, we're all the things, but we don't always allow that time for ourselves, again, to rest. But it's allowing yourself that time to find that tranquility and peace to just be. Just be.
Yeah.
Just be.
You know, what I got from that too, for everyone as women and as individuals, it doesn't have to just be for women. We are that reflection, like what comes from here goes outwards, but without any pressure. Like when you can see the real you, when you can see you the way you actually are, it can transform and revolutionize your whole world. When I could see me as somebody worthy of being loved without having to do or be perfect, when I could see that intrinsically at my core, I was enough, that there wasn't anything I had to buy from anybody. I didn't have to like get them to do that. Like it's already there. It's there. And when I could see it for me, it shifted everything for me. Doesn't mean you don't ask for what you need, want, desire, all those things. But when you can see who you truly are, you can start treating yourself with what you deserve. And that reflection goes out there into the world, because every single one of you on here is worth so much. And if you could only see yourself the way you actually are, because you guys are shining, you're shining. Like this whole group is full of light workers. It is full of healers. And we're on a healing journey, so we don't always feel great. And there is personal accountability and responsibility. Seeing who you really are doesn't mean that you don't try to be kind and nice and all those things. But it shifts everything. It shifts perspective. It takes away the judgment. You know, can you look in the mirror? If we're just talking about physicality, can you look at the mirror and just say, you know what? You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Can now. I couldn't have 10 years ago.
I couldn't have 10 years ago. But we are. Everyone's.
Well, and it's really interesting that you say like seeing ourselves from other people's perspective. I actually heard something today. And the guy's a counselor. He deals with a lot of like trauma, survivors. I don't like to use the word victim. We're still here in some way, so you're a survivor. But he works with a lot of trauma survivors. And he said that the number one thing, especially in women, is they feel unloved, unwanted, unworthy, of finding someone to treat them right and to love them properly and in a healthy way. And he goes,
and we do deserve that, by the way. We do deserve that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But he said, what's amazing to me is most people, right? Most people don't see, and we know this to some degree, but most people don't realize that when we look in the mirror at ourselves, we may be like, hey, I don't look half bad today, woo woo, right? But what they don't realize is then when they go out into the world, other people see us, and it's about a 15 to 20% difference in how they view us better than we view ourselves. And so I actually had to wrap my head around that today, and I went, wow, I never stopped to think.
Right, because I think the perspective is that people judge us.
Oh,
totally. The perspective is that, and I think there is that there. I think you have to come to an inner knowing where, you know what, whatever you think about me is none of my business.
Exactly.
I don't define my worth based upon you. And that took a long time to get to that. I don't base my desirability, my lovability, my worth based upon what anyone else says. That comes from creator only and comes through me and my knowing. So
absolutely. But the fun part about that, I mean, that's absolute. That is an absolute. That's a whole message in and of itself, right?
That's been my
But
journey. Hello. And it's
right,
been
I
hard and
know.
I'm not always in it, guys. That is not a perfect story right there. That is just my battle cry. Because it has been when I've been walking my whole life. I am not going to be unlovable anymore. I am not going to let you tell me I am worthy. I am worthy.
Same.
Yeah.
Right there with you, sister. I came crashing into that one in life like a wrecking ball. That was my theme song for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Now it's I'm a survivor, so it is what it is, right? What's interesting is that made me feel really good, because on the days where I'm like, but do I have to leave my house today? I don't really want to people today, so I may not really do my hair, probably don't wear any makeup, and whatever. Somebody still thinks I look really good when so there you go, ladies and gents. You can hold on to that and go, I think I'm like, in today's somebody's like, woo woo, she's hot.
You know what I actually just heard? I heard let's bring in the download of, because this is what it comes back to. I mean, in our physicality, in our moments here, and we all have moments, it's hard sometimes to see who we really are. And we really are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience in a physical body in all the expressions. Everything about this experience is a reflection of that. So what I'm hearing is, would you like to know and you receive a download through Creator? And it might be God, source, universe for you, of how truly beautiful you are and how loved you are, and that this is something you can claim in the now moment. And if you'd like to receive that, what it feels like, how to have that, and how to live your daily life with that, bring the energy and that vibration in of truly knowing what that feels like. Say yes to receive. Creator of all that is, it is requested. Thank you. Show me now. Because if you see yourself that way, the ripples you send out are just so magnificent.
Mm-hmm. They reflect it. It's reflected in your every ounce of your being.
Yeah, and this is separate from the ego's experience.
It shines and other people see it. And if they don't see it physically, which they will, but if they don't, they will definitely feel it energetically. Everybody feels energy, whether they realize it or not. And energetically, wow, you walk into a room and you're like zeroed in on somebody and you can't not go talk to them because you feel that energetic pull. It's the same thing. They'll be like, wow, this woman, somebody's like, dude, she was in sweats. I don't care. She was amazing, did you? She was awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Jenna, that's so true. I was sick and such a hot mess, and the garage door repairman told me I was looking pretty nice.
That's cool. Now,
you can't make it up. I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
Here's an important message within that: discernment. We can see everybody for the beauty that they are at the center. That doesn't mean that they're acting like that in real life. So boundaries and discernment are important even while we love.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. That is so funny. Okay. I love it.
That is great, isn't it? I love it. Okay, so here's the last card I heard I'm pulling anyways. And it feels very important based upon like the shifting, the restore and replenish as you're going through this, and see who you really are. That's the other thing I'm getting. See who you really are as you're shifting. That doesn't say who you are. The uncomfortable emotions and stuff, those are just transitions we're going through. I like this card. I don't know if you can read it. Shock of the new. There is some new things that come. Like, look at that star at the center. It's not, I have to look at it, but the sacred geometry at the center of her throat.
Yeah. Are those frequency waves or just waves behind
Oh,
it?
there's even more. There's Lotus. Oh, yeah. It's like
Is
light
that the
lines
lotus?
all the way through it. Yep. Lotus is down further into the heart. And there's the bands, the grid systems going outwards,
That's
and
right.
literally symbols and music up top. This is all about frequency. So this is powerful. There is some new stuff coming in, you guys. And it is an
Oh.
energy realignment. There is, and I know this is true. I mean, my third eye has been woo, woo. So I got some stuff today and I was like, what is, I told Monique, I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just like, whoa.
I know I was talking to Sarah today, obviously, because we were talking, but all of a sudden it was like, whoa. Oh my gosh, my third eye has its own pulse at the moment. I was like, hold on, getting it down.
It's
It was
happening.
like, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Well, and I love it because it's just a lot of confirmation and validation of what we've been talking about. And I know what, you and I have been experiencing this last couple weeks for sure. There is, again, a lot of shifting and changing. People are hopping timelines rather rapidly, sometimes two at a time even. I've seen that.
I think I hopped the DNA timeline today.
Yeah, you hopped strands, man. I saw it and I was like, what?
Just walk up the rungs of the ladder. I shifted to another one.
I know. And I was like, creator, show me. What? That happened. It was,
all I can say, guys.
That was impressive.
All I'm going to say is we can't tell you what supplements to take. That's not our job. So you feel into it, but I am telling you right now, chlorophyll and magnesium are my friends. So,
oh, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Sunny, we're quite the pair. Oh, honey, you don't know half of it.
What happened? So I got kicked off. That's so weird. I missed it. Is it still going?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sunny says you two are quite the pair.
Yeah, you should hear some of our conversations. Yeah. Honestly. So I think don't be too shocked by the things coming in. Take a deep breath. And once again, Mother Earth says ground. Ground and keep it in perspective.
Absolutely.
These new things, if you are getting new downloads and new information, or even just things in your life are shifting, like you're seeing a reflection within your life, because we're living this life. I mean, yeah, it's great to talk about downloads and all this other stuff. I mean, this is what we live, but we're living this life. So we're going to see it reflected in the life that we're living, in the moments in time, and how we're relating with each other, and traffic and lots of different things. Traffic. You can tell I've been having issues with traffic. Oh, I think I'm tired. Okay. So
yeah, and the other thing I'm getting to is just have grace for yourself as you shift and adjust. Do the things that you need to do to get through. Make sure that you're hydrated. Make sure that, again, we don't prescribe or diagnose, but make sure you're taking the vitamins that your body is needing, and
they really can support you.
Yeah, and do the things that do well within your body and your soul to get you through those things. And I keep hearing too, to absolutely keep the faith and have trust. Have the faith that everything's going to be okay, because it is, right? And we'll get through it, even when it's uncomfortable sometimes. There were some moments this week I was like, the hell is happening?
I said a few times, hold on to your shorts.
Sarah, huh?
I said a few times, hold on to your shorts. It's happening.
Oh, I know. I got a hold of Sarah. I'm like, dude, what is going on? So this just happened. What the hell?
We've had a lot of that this week.
We really have, and it's only Thursday. It is what it is.
We were going to do this on Saturday. And stuff shifted so fast. We're like, I guess we're not doing it tonight. We're not doing it. It's not the right time. It's not the right time.
Absolutely. But that's okay, because this is why We needed to have that experience, for our own growth, but so that we could actually kind of give the heads up for those that haven't had this experience yet. Anyway, if you get to a point where it's so uncomfortable that you really do need or want some assistance, just get a hold of one of us and we can help you. And
Or put it in the group. Put it in the group. Then we know what you need. It's interesting. I just got this huge while I'm sitting here. I'm like, this is a great time for a download. So if you saw me looking down, it's because I was literally streaming light language, and I got a picture that came through while we're sitting here.
Beautiful. Time is
Well,
irrelevant.
so the vibration that's coming through with this is like some light language of, and in case you're not familiar with what that is, it's codes. It's vibrational. It's like when we did the download of peace and all of that kind of stuff. But it's really bringing through just an alignment for all of your systems to be in balance and harmony, and the highest expressions to negate some of the shock so that you can be in peace and ease as the transitioning is. So Mo, I know we said I was going to let me do this occasionally, but I'm hearing that I need to let this flow. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Good. Okay.
Do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so to bring in, that is the intention, all through divine and the highest expression. Oh man, Council of 12 just opened up and they say, so they're bringing in this energy, and you say yes if you'd like to receive, if you feel comfortable with this, but they want you to know that energetically aligned, you will be able to navigate this energy shifting within your vibration. So as this flows in, it is of pure love with intention for you to navigate with peace and ease, because you all are light beings that are here to be who you truly are as divine beings, to know and to see yourself truly as you are, so that you may be that in this world. We need it deeply at this time. We need healing deeply for the whole collective. So it starts here in this now moment. Okay, and that's just an alignment that came in, and if you'd like it, receive it, and if not, whew, thank you. Anchoring that into all points, all the way into the center of the earth, your heart space, and the heart of creation. Thank you. And the council is saying thank you for what you are doing. You don't even know what you are bringing or how you are bringing light into the darkest places. We honor you, they say. You share. Okay. Whew.
I felt that large and in charge come rolling through his face. Ooh, that feels good though. That feels yummy.
Do you have a final message for everybody that's coming through for you, like from the angels or anything?
I just keep hearing to have faith.
Yeah.
Just
thank you.
Keep
Yes.
the faith and know that you're protected, and release all unhealthy fear. Because there is nothing to fear. We're all light work. Yeah, did you feel that? Ooh, I did. Ooh, hello. I know who that is. Hello. So Jesus and Buddha are standing in my
I was gonna say, yeah. They have entered the room. Ooh,
yes,
of
yes,
course they're always here, right? Yeah.
And my head always starts itching because my crown chakra is like
I always ask.
Yeah. Right. I just keep hearing have faith and trust, and just release all the unhealthy fear. You're all light workers, and as such, you truly stand in and bring the light. It cannot be emphasized enough. The light illuminates all that is hidden. The dark cannot stay. As you move forward, your light shines in all the places and spaces that are trying to be hidden, but shall be no more. So stand strong, stand firm, have courage, and know that you are safe and protected always. That you will not be led to anything that you are not equipped or ready for. No task is too great or too small. No one and nothing is less than or more than. Everything and everyone is significant in its own beauty, in its own way, in its own right. Be sure to check yourself and any judgment that you may have. Don't be quick to judge others. You don't always know their story. But in that same tone, don't be so hard and so quick to judge yourself either. Have the grace and the peace and the compassion that you spread so willingly and give overflowingly to others. Give to yourself as well. Make sure that you fill your cup. You can't pour from it when it's empty.
Whoa.
Love yourself as, thank you. Love yourself as you love others, and that love shall be returned to you. It's okay to honor yourself and ask for those desires of your heart, your needs and your wants. Those need to be fulfilled. It's the same for you as it is for anyone else. So have courage and be brave and ask for those things. You don't need to demand it. It's your God-given right to have those things fulfilled, just as it is for others. Stop placing yourself last on the list, but allow yourself to be as much of a priority as others that are around you. Ooh. Ooh.
And the amount of love that's here.
All right, and then see, I don't even know if y'all can see this, but I don't have much hair on my arms, but can you see the goosebumps and the little bit of hair standing up?
They're moving. Oh, and Darla, yes, you absolutely can watch it over. Yep, it'll be on here. And we are open. Yeah, it'll be here, or we're gonna put it on YouTube. So there you go.
I did create a YouTube channel. It's the same name, whoop, whoop, same name as this Facebook group. We did create a YouTube channel, so we'll be dumping things over there too. Yeah, it's exciting. We've got some things at play and some things that we're rolling with, and it's gonna be an exciting, interesting ride. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we just want to have fun and help support and really align with what we're being guided to. So in the way that we feel called to serve. So the more that we know what you need, I mean, we tap in and we ask and we know where we're at, but if you guys put that on here, if you share the journey, it helps us, and we can do more, or we can be more in alignment even. So
it helps us to help you. I mean, we both knew that we needed to talk about, a little bit about what we've been experiencing this week. That was like the big thing, and that's why it got pushed back a couple of times, because we were supposed to do it last night too, and that didn't happen either. And that's okay. All things for a reason.
It's all in flow. That's the big thing.
Absolutely. And so we just let it flow. We're like, we didn't even really know what we were going to talk about today either. I was like, so what are we going to talk about? We're like, we'll just roll with it.
And our guides were saying, roll in it. Don't try to plan it. That's what we were hearing. So we're not. I mean, we both tap in and we ask, okay, what do people need? And that's where we go from, like, for the group, or for, what is needed right now. What's the highest expression? But if you share that with us, we can help you even more fully. So
absolutely.
All right. So do we want to, I'm hearing we need to do an energy break and a prayer. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you want me to, or you want to?
I'll go ahead. I'm feeling like, okay. Oh, of course, we're both add. We always add. So, all right. Right. It's in harmony. I'm like, who's doing it? We're both doing it. Hello.
That's what we do.
Who
Who wants
starts
to start? It's what we should say.
Right? I don't care. All right.
Right.
Creator of all that is, divine, that flows around us and through all space, time, dimension, and reality. Thank you for being here to support us. Oh, thank you, Jesus, Yahweh, Buddha, Kuan Yin, the circle of 12, Mother Earth, Gaia, all of the brothers and sisters of the light that were in attendance today, the archangels and angels and guides, all through divine, unconditional love, highest expression. Thank you for guiding us and being with us and being with every single person here now and in the future. Please continue to be with us, guiding us and helping us and supporting us and loving us so that we may know that you are here. Rinse our energies clean so that we are in our field and we are in our space with love and divine unconditional love. Ground us in all the way into the center of the ground. So go ahead, everybody, and see your energy. Just go straight down like a cord of light, straight down, connecting into the center, all the way down into however you see that, and see yourself grounded. Oh, and bring that back up into your heart space, allowing yourself to be in this space, but also seeing a line, a pillar of light going straight up into divine above. Breathing in the divine above and the divine below, bringing in and calling in your personal expression of God, source, creator, and allowing that to sit in your heart, grounded within your body. Oh, thank you to all the guides again. Thank you, creator. Thank you so much. Aho. Do you have anything to add?
No, I just ask me on a request that everyone's energy be washed clean and
Yes.
everybody be filled from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet and everything in between.
With
Be
love.
filled with love, healing energy, and unconditional love. Just say yes.
Thank you. And the peace that surpasses all peace.
Yes. And may you find rest within yourself and be at peace with that, free of judgment.
And be in connection with the true you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Great that now.
I'm just watching a rain shower go around all of us, a rain shower of pure unconditional love, which actually separates energy and cleanses our energy. Okay, and balanced within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you everyone so much. You have a beautiful evening. This was so much fun.
It was fun. We'll do it again. We will.
Okay, I'm gonna see how this works. Bye-bye.